will be allowed in the forum meeting area. This forum tonight is not a rally or a debate. And in deference to our limited time, please hold applause until the end of the evening. The moderator has the authority to adjust ground rules to meet unexpected circumstances. Timelines and rules will be strictly followed, and the forum will end promptly as scheduled. Please turn off your cell phones or pagers, and if you must make a call or take a call, please step outside of the meeting room. Recording of any kind is not allowed. Right now, we're currently on Zoom, and we're being viewed in that format tonight. And as we did last night, you will stand in front of the computer here so that you can also face the audience that's on the Zoom meeting. So in the interest of fairness to everyone involved, it is vitally important that we conduct ourselves in a positive and respectful manner during these forums. All candidates have agreed to follow guidelines established. Please keep in mind that I mean no disrespect if I cut you off from speaking while you are presenting tonight. So if your time is up, please understand this. Be quick. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to mix it up tonight. We're going to allow our District 2 candidates to go first. So start thinking about your opening statements, and as soon as you finish your opening statements, we'll go directly into the questions. And once the questions are finished, we'll have you do your closing statement, and then we'll proceed on to the Secretary Treasurer candidates. Any questions? None? Great. And you all drew numbers tonight. So the first one on our list is Mike Abbott. Mike, come forward. Again, you'll have 5 minutes to do your opening, your statement, your platform. And if you would watch Amanda and Sheena here for the time, so you can come down and step on this side.
Is it 5 minutes or 3 minutes?
Oh, my bad, 3. Okay, ready, start.
My name's Michael Abbott. I live here in District 2. I work for the Housing Authority for Mille Band here.
Oh, sorry.
I have like 12 kids, raised them. I got several grandchildren. But I was noticing, you know, when you all came here, what did you see? A store, a school, and a community center. Well, we got to start bringing more things here. Start working on it now, because our children are going to have to be trying to fight for this stuff here coming up. We got a lot of kids here growing up now, and got to bring that all in. Then we got to look into the budget here. How much money do we have? We don't know. I don't know. We got to use that money within 2 districts. So we got to work something out between that. Either ask for more, bring more here. I'll close with that one.
You caught me with my mouth filled with macaroni yet. Give me a minute. Okay, the second candidate will be Tom Benjamin Sr. So if you would please come forward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All the views of the District 2 voting membership of here, what we have is not enough. And it's never been enough. And what we can achieve as a people together, we as a people need more than what's never been given or voiced upon for who we are as a people. We have a healthcare system that's poor. We have an economic development that is poor. That was never given us to have that opportunity. But with my voice and your vote, we can overcome this as a people, as one. We can achieve this together. We need better healthcare. We, as a people, need better opportunities to fulfill us with job opportunities that we don't have. We can achieve this together if you were to give me your vote. Those opportunities are all wide open within the band, within the Mille Lacs band as a people. Only you, with your vote, can achieve this. I'm one voice for you as we all stand together. My name is Tom Benjamin. I have 3 children. I have 10 grandchildren. And they are voting achievements of the band of this district. With your vote, we can only strive and achieve this together. That's why my motto is, come together again, vote Tom Benjamin. Miigwech, in the way Makanut.
Okay, our final candidate is Wendy. Please come forward. Whenever you're ready, you can start.
I just want to apologize to everybody that had to hear it last night on Zoom. So Ani and Babas Gane Ojibwe Indigenous Cause, Wendy Merrill Indigo, Mrs. Igai Gunning and Dunjaba, Chuminising Dash Nungaminda, Magazine Dude. I want to thank the Mille Lacs Band Government Affairs for putting together this candidate forum this evening. And over the next few hours, we'll have an opportunity to engage in the wisdom and the experience of those present here tonight. I wish all of us in the room a good candidate forum and best of luck to all. So my husband, Carl Smero, and I have 3 children. We took in our 4 nieces, Soleil, Brooklyn, Rihanna, and our nephew, Derek, who we now consider our own children. And then after my mom passed away in November, we took in our nephew, Landon. So altogether, we have 8 kids. My leadership experience includes being appointed to the Gaming Regulatory Board as the chair for 4 years, working in Gaming Regulatory Authority as a licensing manager, working directly in legislative as a director of legislative affairs under Mr. Sheldon Boyd. My casino experience in my current role as assistant general manager for Grand Casino Mille Lacs, coaching cross country for 4 to 5 years, and then being a mom and wife. So with that, my education includes my associates from Central Lakes College, my bachelor's in organizational behavior. I have a master's in MTAG from UMD, and then I'm currently obtaining my MBA from the University of Minnesota. So since December, I've been actively campaigning in our community, meeting with band members and explaining why I'm running for this position. My knowledge and my experience and my love for my community makes me, I think, a good candidate for this position. My knowledge, experience makes me an ideal selection for your District 2 rep, and I would love the opportunity to serve you guys. I met with many of you through Zoom listening sessions, individual conversations, and my scheduled meet and greets that I had both in Isle and McGregor. So with those, there were some underlying themes that we had. We need to focus on jobs, safe housing, elder care and preventative measures for our youth, transportation, community, and cultural support. And then when I announced my candidacy, I mentioned that I was inspired by our current and past Mille Lacs band leadership. And I believe now is the time for me to pick up the torch and set an example for the next generation. both East Lake and Isle are wonderful communities that I hope to represent, and under my leadership, I will be engaged, present to be your voice. And I look forward to the questions tonight, and I humbly ask for you to consider voting for me, Miigwech.
Okay, let's give our candidates a round of applause. I know that I asked at the end of the meeting, but I think they all did. Okay, now at this time, we'll be doing our questions. And so we will have our District 2 candidates. Please, are you taking them there, Sheena? Okay. The two that won't be speaking, who is Tom and Wendy, please follow Sheena. You will be sitting in an opposite room, so you won't have the opportunity to hear the questions asked. Thank you. We caught them unprepared. Anybody have a good joke that they want to share? A good, clean joke? Okay. From she. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, Mike, if you would please come forward. Be the first one to take questions and respond. And you will have 1 minute to provide your response to each question. Okay, question number 1. What do you think is there still a possible casino in D2 future? D2's future?
That would have to be brought up within the people to decide that. We don't know if it would be good for here or if it would be bad for here. But the possibility could be out there.
All right, Miigwech. Question number 2. Why do you want this position?
Well, I grew up here with nothing. So I don't want the kids that are growing up now to have the same thing that I had. So if I can make any type of change with that, with me running, even bringing more business or anything here, I would like to do that.
Thank you. Your last and final question is, what is your vision for District 2?
Positive. We need more stuff here. I don't know if we need money, anything to help, maybe some more things within the school, more anything. There's just nothing here.
Okay, Miigwech, thank you for your questions. Now we will go on to Tommy and we'll ask him the same questions. So nobody has a joke they want to tell, huh? As I said, keep it clean. No, I know it, we can't hear Renee's jokes, that's for sure. No, just kidding.
Does that go up any higher?
Like this high? I'm kidding.
It's so funny.
I know, sorry. You cannot hear us? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have to make sure that they put their mouth closer to the microphone, okay?
Tommy doesn't need it. He's got a
Okay.
voice.
Okay, great. All right. We'll start with the questions just as we did last night. So question number 1, what do you think? Is there still a possible casino in District 2's future?
There's always been a possibility for that part of the economic development for here are the people of District 2. Always. It's always been a personal thing, not only with myself, but those that seek the employment as far as what has never been given here, us as a people, because we've been neglected for so many years. But yet, yes, most definitely, it will hold a very big part of our heart within us to achieve us as a people that are included within the Mille Band of Ojibwe.
That concludes your response?
Yes.
Okay. Miigwech, question number 2. Why do you want this position?
The position for this opportunity, not to only give to myself, but to all of those that seek the voice of what can be given, not just for the people, but to the office that they hold over there in the Mille Band. But remember, it's one voice. And with that voice, I need your help. And we can achieve this together as a whole, as a district, and who we can be to achieve. Be great.
Okay, Miigwech. Question number 3. What is your vision for District 2?
My vision to achieve for the people of District 2 to have the opportunity that was so many years in the last 32 years of who we are as a people that have been neglected. It's our turn, and it's going to be your turn. It's your election. And with that being said, being your election, I will speak for you, but you will have to help me in the choices, in the direction that is given from you. Mille.
Okay, Miigwech, let's give him a round of applause. Next, we'll have Wendy out to answer the same 3 questions. And once we've finished with the questions, we'll go on to the closing statement. Everybody hearing it okay? Can you hear? Yeah, great. Okay, thank you. Question number 1. What do you think, oh, I'm reading, that's how it's written, but do you think there is still a possible casino in District 2's future?
So I think with that in mind, it would be up to the people to decide that. It wouldn't be up to a person like me to decide that. It would be up to the people to make that decision. If that's something that, you know, we want in this community, that would be something that we would have to fight for. If it's something you don't want, you know, obviously we don't want it, so.
Okay, thank you. Second question. Why do you want this position?
So I've been asked this question a lot lately, and I've been thinking about it. And I just know this is something that it's always been in my goal. It's always been in mind. You know, that's why I got that master's in tribal administration and governance. That's why I took the position that I did in legislative, and why I'm always involved in the community. I just feel like it's something that's in my heart and I'm very passionate about. And I see myself doing this and, you know, continuing on in the future to do this.
Okay, Miigwech. And your third and final question is, what is your vision for District 2?
Oh, that would be a tough one too, because you have to really ask those tough questions on like, what do we want in this community? What do we want in the Chimnessing district? So my vision would be for a thriving community, for us to be together, to work with the other reps, to work with the secretary treasurer, and build those relationships so that we can be a thriving community.
Okay, thank you. Let's give Wendy a round of applause. Okay, chain of events change. We are going to have Wendy close out, do her closing statement now, and then we'll finish up with the District 2 candidates and move on to the Secretary Treasurer candidates.
Can you hear me better? Can you guys hear me back there?
How much time? 3 minutes.
All right, I always like to say miigwech to our moderator and miigwech to all those that listened and came out here tonight, those that inspired me to run, those that gave me great advice, those band members that, you know, I met with and you shared your thoughts and concerns with me during our listening sessions. I really appreciate that, and I take that advice and I build upon it. You know, that's kind of my platform, is making sure I listen to you guys. I want our community a place to thrive. As I mentioned before, I want to be your voice, to be involved in the community. I want to work together to solve those bigger issues that we see every day and finding new fair opportunities for District 2. I'm up here fighting for an opportunity for our kids in District 2 to get the fair share of the Mille band dream. I'm fighting for our fair share of healthcare so that our District 2 elders can live their best life and feel safe. I am fighting for our fair share of housing so that District 2 families can have a reliable roof over their heads to come home to. I'm fighting for our fair share of jobs so District 2 hardworking men and women can work in their communities. I'm fighting for a fair share of educational funding and opportunities so our children in District 2 can set their sights high and obtain necessary tools to compete in today's economy. These are all things that are meaningful to me, as I'm sure they're meaningful to you. I promise you, as your District 2 rep, I will be engaged, present, and listen to the people. We've had great challenges and also great opportunities ahead of us. And with your vote, we will meet them and make the next upcoming years the best years. I'm up here asking for your guys' support today and to vote on April 5th. Please turn out and cast your vote. And in closing, I humbly consider you to, vote for me, Wendy Merrill, for your District 2 representative.
Thank you, Wendy. Okay, we will ask Mike to come back up. Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy. We're going backwards. And you'll have 3 minutes.
Remember, District 2 band members, this is your vote. This is what is going to make it count. For the next 4 years, we as a people are going to make this count. For the opportunities, not for me, but for all of us, each and every one of us. A lot of things we can accomplish, and what we can accomplish, it's not going to take 4 years. It's going to take a little bit more than that. But those that believe in me, we can make these dreams come true. Finally, for the people of District 2. We asked for this opportunity and endeavorment for each and every one of us. I ask humbly for your vote to accomplish what we can achieve together. We have been, like I said, neglected oh so long, oh so long. But with your vote and with the leadership that you would give me with your vote, I believe that we can do this together. There's so many things within our district, so many questions, so many ways of being of what we want to achieve here. But like I said, I can't do this alone. I need those of you that are eligible voters here to stand behind me to achieve these efforts and what we can do as a district. Not as a district representative, as a district of us, combining each and every one of us together. And that's why I say, I will say it again, over again. Come together again. Vote Tom Benjamin. Miigwech. Indaway mga ganito.
Miigwech. All right. At this time, oh, I'm sorry. Yep, come on up, Mike. Let's get ahead of myself here. The way I am with work too. Okay, here's
Okay, if you vote for me, it's like voting for your future, okay? It'll be like an open book with the first page blank. You shall be able to start filling that book up. And I thank everybody for showing up and have a happy evening.
okay, Miigwech. Let's give our candidates a round of applause. Representative in voting, so we do encourage you to get out to vote. We'd now like to ask the secretary candidates, secretary treasurer candidates to come forward. And the first one to do her opening statement will be Juanetta Thompson. Second will be Sheldon Boyd, and third will be Carolyn Voglio. There you go, Juanetta.
I don't know if I need that.
3 minutes.
All right, ready? All right, let's go. Bonjour, everybody. My name is Juanetta Thompson. I grew up in D1 and I've lived in D3 for the last 29 years. I'm running for secretary treasurer because I am tired of the bullshit. Aren't you? I have never been arrested for theft or drugs. I have never been charged with a felony that I had to plead down. I have never been in jail. Our tribe is better than this. We can do better. We are a rich tribe, rich in culture, traditions, family. Are we financially rich? Do you know? Do you know how much money we have? I don't. I have a bachelor's degree in business. I have over 20 years working in human resources and working with financial investments and investment advisors through our 401k plans at the casinos and corporate. I have 24 years working with executives, overseeing multi-million-dollar budgets and managing multi-casino departments. My greatest achievement as the assistant general manager at Grand Casino Hinckley was this past year in 2021. We had record-breaking numbers that we sent more money to the tribe than we have since 1992. Where's all that money? Why isn't it given to you in our per cap? My knowledge and experience with financial investments will ensure the continuity for our investment portfolio. People who I have worked with have described me as transparent, honest, respectful, and a person of integrity. I am seen as an empathetic leader who focuses on leading with the human element. Change is hard, and it's really scary sometimes. With our current needs and ever changing and growing, changes mean progress, and progress means growth. That's what we need. See you in a minute.
Okay, next we'd like to call up Sheldon Boyd. Yeah.
Okay. Be good to everyone. I'm completing the term as Secretary Treasurer. I was voted in 4 years ago, and I had a duty under the laws of the band. And the way I approached it was, you have to find out what you're supposed to do, and you read those on those statutes, and then you figure out, then you come up with some achievable goals, and then you try and get them done in the time you're given. And in the hallway, I posted my campaign flyer from 4 years ago, and I was looking at that the other day, and I achieved all the goals that I set out on your behalf. And what it was letting people being able to find out things about finance, because this position is basically finance. It really doesn't have a vote in a lot of things. This is kind of your banker in the back, okay? And what we were able to achieve is today on your phones that you have with you, you can go and look at all the expenditures of all the government spent in the last few years. You can see that stuff, how much money was spent. You can see what I was wondering also years ago was, how much money did the elected officials make? And there was a statute that lays that out, but that wasn't made available. And in my first 2 weeks of office, I put that out there. So that's Title 26 when you go on your phones, and then you'll be able to see what everybody makes. That's one thing I wanted to know when I came in. And so it was the expenditures, it was about investments too, and live streaming. So the live streaming is really big, and I'll close with investments on the closing statements, okay? Live streaming is really huge, and that didn't exist a long time ago, and you can pick that up on your phones now. And so we made those changes for everybody with smartphones. You could see all the money that was spent, and you could see the band assembly in session. So that was a huge accomplishment. It changed things for a lot of people. So that's what I wanted to start out with, was In the 4 years that I've been here, I did what I said I was gonna do. And I have some really good plans for the next 4 years. It's gonna be really big. And I'm back here to ask for your vote because we got started on a really big story as investments, and I'll share that. And there was a law passed for investments that was Title 17, banks and banking and investments. And you can read that. You'll see kind of how that lays out. Miigwech.
Okay, thank you. Our final candidate for the office of Secretary Treasurer is Carolyn Voglio.
Thank you, everyone. And I want to say a special thank you to the cook back there because that food was amazing. Thank you. So I'm running for Secretary Treasurer again because I think the focus needs to be put back on issues that are affecting our communities. And I also know that East Lake is the most underserved community in our tribe, and it has been for a long time. And when I was Secretary Treasurer formerly, I worked with your district rep every day just about to push for things for your community. And we were able to get a few things like the powwow grounds that you guys enjoy now. We bought the Big Sandy Lodge that was supposed to bring some economic development for you. And I know that not many people work out there, and it's still managed by a non-band member company. So if I become Secretary Treasurer again, I'll push to make sure that we can manage our own business up here and also work with the Corporate Commission to develop more businesses. There was an idea back then about a casino express, and I know that came up with the reps' questions. I would support that if that's what you guys want out here in this community. You know, you need trust land to put that casino on. And so, you know, we can meet with the Corporate Commissioner and the reps in the community and find out if that's something you guys still want to do up here. But I'm all for economic development for you guys that creates jobs. I'm for a small business program that you guys can get loans and open up your own businesses, open up your jobs for your family members if you want to, on or off reservation. I also want to, you know, housing. We did the housing audit when I was Secretary Treasurer. Lots of findings there of mismanagement. And I can imagine it's not getting any better because there's no focus on it anymore. So I want to make sure that the housing is fair and everybody has a chance at housing. Open up more rentals, buy more properties, build more properties, get people off those waiting lists. Mortgages need to be approved in a more timely manner instead of people sitting on waiting lists for years. Home buyback for people who have a home here but don't want to live here anymore because they can't get a job. Let's buy back their home and put it in rental stock. We got to provide more opportunities for people. Otherwise, it just seems so hopeless. So I'm with you out here, District 2, but I need your vote so I can help you. If I get elected, I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to be out here meeting with you, talking to you about what you need. Services, clinic services, if those need to be expanded, we'll push for that. I will make sure you have the funding so we can do those things. Salary and compensation to employees. We need to be the best employer in the area so we can get people to work for us, so we can have these services fully functioning. So please, you know, let me have your vote. Otherwise, you're going to end up waiting 2, 4, who knows, 10 more years for something good to happen. We're not getting any younger. You know, our people don't live that long, some of us. And I'm kind of tired of it too. So let me have your vote, please. April 5th, Tuesday next week. Miigwech.
Okay, that concludes our opening statements for our Secretary Treasurer, and we'll now go into the question and answer period. And let me see, do we go backwards now again? No? Okay, so Juanetta, you'll be number 1 again. So if Sheldon and Carolyn step out of the forum, please, we'd appreciate it. Just don't want to have you hear the questions. No leaning your ear to the door. That was a joke.
No, I don't need it. It's loud enough.
Okay, we'll start out with question number 1. What do you expect to bring to community relations? Relations with the county, the state, and federal governments.
One of the things that we need to do is we need to work together as a team, right? If there's no collaboration between us and the county, state, whatever, federal, then there's no way that we're going to get stuff done. I have a couple questions. Do you guys know how much is in the long-term savings? No, I don't either. If you are 18 to 23, do you know how much is in your minor trust account? Huh? I've never seen anything from the government that tells me how much my kids, my grandkids have in their account. Is that transparency? Also,
That is time. So thank you, Juanetta. We'll have you join the other 2 candidates.
I only have one question.
Oh, no. Sorry. See, I'm really ahead of myself. Okay, question number 2. How do you define working for a better band relationship with its members?
Well, one of the things that you have to be available and be able to talk to the people. I mean, Virgil is the poster child. Sorry, Virgil, I have to use you as an example. Are any of your representatives doing what he does? No. I will be like him because I want to be like Virgil. Hey, just kidding. Anyway, I was going on about the trust account, right? So do you know how much is in your child's minor trust account? I don't either. If we have found mismanagement in our trust accounts, where else is there mismanagement? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you wonder. Because if we mismanage our minor trust accounts, we're in a world of hurt. I got one more question.
Yep. Okay, question number 3. How often do you come to East Lake, Sandy Lake, and Minnewah?
Well, I was here 2 years ago visiting with you guys, trying to find out and get elected for chief executive. Let me ask you something. Has anything changed? Has anything changed? Yeah, I didn't think so. At the State of the Band, Sheldon talked about when the casinos closed down and our government closed down too. And I don't understand why, because we have grant money, right? Why are we paying thousands of dollars in property taxes when we can move that land into trust? Why? Why aren't we saving that money? I don't get it, you guys. You want to vote for Juanetta Thompson? You want changes? I can make them happen.
Okay, thank you. That was 3 questions to Juanetta Thompson. The next person then will be Sheldon. Please have Mr. Boyd step into the room. We would like to say thank you to Morning Rain. I know she was sitting here earlier, but she did a great job in cooking for us. Don't you say? Oh, Morning Star. See, I know I get you guys ready to laugh tonight. Okay, let's get back on track here. Question number 1. What do you expect to bring to community relations band relations with the county, state, and federal governments.
As far as relations are, what you really can show them is, and we've done this before, is show them how we're the lawmaking part of the band here. You have to share, and all that's online, and a lot of those folks are taking a look at that. And it's real important that the folks who have misinformation about what the band can and can't do, those laws are online for them to see. And you can, and that's for public and general public. And that's to, for if there's misinformation about the band, anybody here and anybody in any of the communities can pick up their phone and read the laws of the band and see that they can and they can't do things. And that kind of takes away that, those stereotypes and that misinformation is out there. So that's what we can do. That's that information that's on your phone and online, that tribal register serves so many purposes.
Okay, thank you. Question number 2, how do you define working for a better band relationship with its members?
We're doing that now. And that happened in the last, since June, since they started live streaming. And you all can pick up their phones and look at the members of the band assembly do their work and see what they talk about. They handle so many subjects that come across that they have to consider while they carry on business, and everything from land and health issues, etc. That's what that does is just it helps people understand what they're doing. That's that.
Okay, and last question. How often do you come to East Lake, Sandy Lake, and Minnewah?
Let's see now. Last time I was up here was a couple weeks ago, I guess. And come through here all the time, but let me see. Last time, not too often lately. Not since the COVID came through, and then we do our the band assembly. We made it possible for the district rep to log in from down there. So yeah, we used to come up here all the time till COVID started, and now it's all being broadcast out of there, and then we reach up here with our live streaming. That brings all these communities closer online down there. It's on all the screens, and people can log in, and that's the advantage of that. A lot of folks, some folks in here, they just log in from wherever, and that electronically you bring those communities closer.
Okay, thank you, Sheldon. Almost nearing the end, we'll have Carolyn come out and answer the 3 questions, and we'll cut her off. Just 1 or 2 questions. Oh, it's a late night last night. I can't think straight. I haven't heard the mic. Anyway, question number 1. What do you expect to bring to community relations, band relations with the county, state, and federal governments?
Well, we always want to be cordial with, the area communities and governments. And I am going to do whatever this community wants me to do, whatever you guys want to support, whether it be the trust, the boundary issues, the pipeline. I will support this district on what you want to do. Meet with them, me and the district rep. We can have meetings with the surrounding counties and cities and just build a relationship with them, so we can get along. We don't have to be best friends, but we've got to be able to at least work together and come to consensus on how we're gonna be neighbors. So I will just be here. I will be your voice, and I will be your voice with you and your district rep, and of course, the chief executive as well. So I did work in community relations for many years, and I do have experience working with local and other governments. So I will continue that in a cordial manner. Thank you.
Question number 2, how do you define working for a better band relationship with its members?
Being out here as often as I can, having an open door policy, working close with your district rep and learning what your guys' needs are out here, even though I have a pretty good idea of what they are because I was secretary treasurer in the past, and I know you guys still need a lot of things out here. So it's gonna be meeting with you guys, meeting with your rep. I even suggested, I was thinking about it, not a lot of people can make it to band assembly during the day. So I'd like to be out here more at your community meetings, even possibly holding a band assembly out here once a month in the evening so people can, come in person. In addition to the live streaming, I think that's a good opportunity for more people to participate and get to, learn from band assembly and get to know me better. And I can get to know you better as well.
Okay, question number 3, how often do you come to East Lake, Sandy Lake, and Minnewah?
Well, in the summertime, we're out here this way on our motorcycle a lot. But I do work full-time at the casino right now as a table game supervisor, so I don't make it out here that often. But when I was in office, we came out here every week to meet with, band assembly and meet with the district and the members who wanted to meet with us. So if I'm elected, I will be out here at least weekly. And like I said, evening band assembly once a month, so you guys can be involved in that. So I'm not afraid to be out here. I love this community. You guys are wonderful people, very nice and cordial when I come out. So I don't have a problem visiting as often as you want me to.
Okay, miigwech. That concludes our question and answer segment of the forum. Right now we'll have Juanetta go first, or no, I'm sorry, Caroline, you're gonna do your closing. Yeah. Are you ready with the time?
All right, so District 2, I'm really asking for your vote next week so we can kind of pick up, where I left off as secretary treasurer before, pushing for equal opportunity and services, making sure everyone has the housing that they need, economic development, jobs, and then, if we do get businesses out here, we need to apply absolute band member priority in employment and career opportunities. Right now, we go off this American Indian preference. It's preference. So if you got a non-band member running a program, would they prefer a band member? Maybe they don't prefer a band member. That's why the band member doesn't get hired. But if we have an absolute priority in band member hiring, they're gonna have to do it. And then we need to get TARO active, Tribal Employment Rights Office, the commission. That body is supposed to be enforcing tribal employment rights. So if a band member is being overlooked for something that they're well qualified for, they can complain to that body, and that body can investigate and make a determination on whether or not that band member was treated fairly. They find out they weren't, the management will be held accountable for that. But none of that is happening right now, and that's why band members are always getting dissed, So it needs to be fair in employment for all band members. Need opportunities. All band members need housing. Services out here need to be improved. Like I said before, you're the most underserved community in the tribe. I know that. I've seen the numbers. So we need to get better at serving you guys out here, and you guys need to have the same opportunities as other districts. It's time for you guys to have a community center expansion, right? Look at all the other districts have had that. So you guys, it's your turn. So jobs, housing, services, employment, all of that. I'm willing to push for all of that for you. So please give me an opportunity to do that again. I will work closely with your rep. I will be out here as often as I can to answer your questions. And that's about it. I'm also here, after this, please come up and ask me anything. Check out my Facebook page if you want to find out more information about what I stand for. And again, I appreciate you coming out tonight. Miigwech.
Sheldon.
So let me close by pointing out two basic things about this job. When you go and read those statutes and you see what this job can and can't do, this is basically your banker. Okay? And that person is tasked with taking care of the investments of the band. And what happened 2 years ago or last year was the unthinkable. The unthinkable was those casinos closed. And what happened, right? And when things like that happen, you got to turn to your Secretary of Treasury and say, okay, so how's the money? What now? Okay? If everything goes south, you're going to have to turn around and take a look at your Secretary of Treasurer. That's why these investments are so important. This is the person that works in the background. Okay? And we're moving into what's called institutional investing, is where we're supposed to be. We haven't been there we haven't even been there yet. We have to find the right people to handle the amount of money that the band has, that you have. Okay? Now I'm going to close with one thing. Another thing that we found out when we did get the right people in the right room, when you did the job as Secretary Treasurer, you're the banker. You looked at those minor trust funds. For the last 20 years, and since there's been minor trust funds, our children haven't been getting the right returns that they're supposed to be. They're losing out on money. They lost out on money in the last 20 years. It's too late for my son and everyone who's 16 and 18. They should have had more money and they didn't. Okay, we're gonna fix that. And so the kids who are 5 years old and 10 years old will have more money than the past generation. That's probably the biggest, most individual people who were affected by how the investments were handled or weren't handled in the last 20 years. Okay, and that's specific to this person's job as your banker. So everything else, all the spending, all the per caps, everything else, this person you have to provide that financial foundation like they do for states and like they do for cities and like they do for universities. This is the person in the background. Okay, you won't notice that until something happens. Okay? You don't want to live paycheck to paycheck from the casinos, or that will affect your services in your per caps, etc. So that was pretty much it. I mean, we've gotten a lot done, and it's all been a group effort. I've worked with really good people. You can't take credit all by yourself. And we got a great bunch of people, and we got a lot of really good things that are going to happen. Thank you very much.
All right, miigwech. Thank you, everybody. We have one more person to give her closing statement, and that'd be Juanetta.
All right. In today's world, we have people struggling with addiction, homelessness, the inability to get a home loan or get a job due to lack of childcare, transportation, having a criminal background, or the lack of following American Indian preference. We also have people hiring their friends instead of band members. Racism and lateral violence happening to our own people in our communities, businesses, and government. Think about that. I know 2 band members who applied for VP positions at our casinos. Let's watch what happens. I would love and welcome to be proven wrong. Are we following American Indian preference? Let's watch and see. It's time to stop the corruption. We need housing. We need to foster a sense of community. We need healthy outlets for our children and adults. We need educational programs that involve the whole family. We need our band members managing our businesses. We need enforcement of American Indian preference. We need accountability. My dream is that every band member is living their best life. Are you living your best life today? My loyalties and passion are for the people and the future of the Mille Band. If you have any questions, contact me on Facebook, cell phone, or on an email at electjuanetta@gmail.com. I won't be a puppet. I don't have any strings attached. On Monday at the candidate forums and tonight, Sheldon talked about the minor trust funds being mismanaged. Are we okay with that? Who is responsible? Why didn't the previous secretary treasurers catch it? Are we going to hold somebody accountable? How many millions of dollars are your kids? Were your kids, they were, I don't even know how to say it. They stole it from them. Isn't that bullshit? You should be mad. You should be mad about that. Your grandkids' money, your kids' money. Why did Band Assembly have work sessions before the meetings? What are our representatives discussing? Is that transparency? Minnewah.
A round of applause to our candidates who are running for the office of Secretary Treasurer. I'd like to thank all of you for coming to this forum because this forum is for you, the band member. So thank you for coming out and taking interest in your band. Also, I'd like to thank the volunteers for helping us out to make this a successful event. Mick Davis, Miigwech, Amanda Bruno, Miigwech. And I'd also like to say thank you to Morning Star. Miigwech, good cooking. What are you gonna do with all the leftovers? Yes, so if you didn't hear, please take the food home. Don't let it go up to waste. Oh, and tomorrow evening, we'll have our forum in District 3, Ajumug. So if you want to join us there, you're welcome to do that as well. If not, have a good evening. Travel home safely. Miigwech.